if you can organically weave in the social impact into your business, there are so many benefits outside of helping the people that you're working to help, right? You attract people to your organization based on your mission, and you empower people to give you their best because they're working towards something much larger than a paycheck. What I think we find in other examples is that there are companies that exist today and they're just looking for that next quick dollar. And they see what other companies are doing that seems to be working really well because they went about it for the right reasons, and they try to replicate it in a way that isn't authentic to their brand. So when Tom Shoes came around and the one-for-one movement really took over America, there were a million different companies that implemented that one-for-one.
Yeah.
But when you go beyond the surface level and you see what they're actually trying to do, in many cases, it is a much more monetarily driven reason, which any consumer can sniff through pretty quickly.
To expand on that, I have a lot of social entrepreneurs reach out to me. And they tell me they're a social entrepreneur. And I said, what are you? I said, what do you mean? I said, what are you? And they say, are you a business or are you a nonprofit? Well, I'm a social entrepreneur. I said, that's your problem. You got to pick one. Is your KPI North Star, you're going to make money, or are you going to help a veteran? You can't differentiate the business models. But here's what I can tell you. In impact, I see that as a competitive advantage and differentiator in the marketplace today. To expand on Jeremy's principle of Tom Shoes, is that if you take a look at the crowded and dominated market of foot apparel in the world, how are you going to compete? You can't compete on price. You can't compete on many different things because you're going against behemoths. So how can you get into the market and differentiate yourself? And I think what's very interesting is your idea of social impact can also be a competitive advantage to drive revenue. You can do both, but there has to be one horse before the cart. You got to pick one. I think you can drive revenue and you can have your competitive advantage and the fuel behind that revenue being the social good, because people are more likely to buy your product and get engaged as you have this advantage that, say, a Nike or an Adidas or something else does not have. So I think for me, I'm very interested in business models that are leveraging impact as a competitive advantage. And it's really neat to see some of these just, create a space or take over a niche of a space that before would seem, you just couldn't do it. Impossible.